Your literature is overwritten.
Your discretion
is overwritten.
Left with the law broadcast.
Neon drips on rusted chrome. The law's gone home, I'm all alone.
Recovered fragment, Gale Manifest. The storm finds its name.
Red Neon Justice, Episode 3, Gale Manifest. City skyline, night, static storm. A low pulsing synth and heavy electronic hiss fill the air. The city of Nelton Ectitor is drowning. A massive, oppressive storm of red static blankets the skyline. The rain is neon, dripping red, and the colossal hand glyphs branded on the skyscrapers are pulsing violently, trying to crush any dissent. On a rooftop edge, the red Scarab, hooded and focused, clings to a gargoyle statue. His armor is slick with neon rain. His gauntlet scanner is screaming, displaying data streams choked by the hand's overwhelming noise.
Too much noise. They're pressing the field, drowning the current.
The static suddenly shudders. It doesn't dissipate. It fractures. Thin, almost invisible lines of cyan light cut micro tears in the red fabric of the storm. Scarab, to himself, recognizing the pattern.
No, they're not drowning it. They're making a wall, and that wall is cracking. That frequency, it's stabilizing the grid. Independent action.
He recognizes the rhythmic, stabilizing pulse. A faint smile beneath his mask. Scarab, into a general, encrypted channel.
Red cut is active. Follow the memory thread.
Act 1, The Rupture and the Weave. Scene 1, Threadbinder's Knot. Ext, Calm Spire Tower, night. The sound of high wind and taut wires humming is constant. Threadbinder, tall, masked, draped in flexible data fabric, kneels on the dangerous, wet antenna spire. His hands are moving with impossible speed, plucking at and weaving fine strands of cyan light that are visible only in the extreme shadows. The cyan threads are the memory, logistics frequency, stabilizing the city's digital fabric against the hand's assault, an individual choice. Threadbinder, to himself, focused.
The current requires a loop. We are not breaking the wall. We are stabilizing the rupture.
He pulls 2 threads taut. A massive surge of red static tries to overwhelm him, but the cyan holds. Threadbinder, dialogue hook.
Truth tangled is still truth. We pull it free.
He senses a strong red pulse pushing against the static, acknowledging its powerful, independent frequency. He smiles beneath his mask, continuing his silent, high-stakes work. Scene 2, The Compass Turns. Harmony House Archives, night. The quiet, antiseptic hum of corporate servers is the only sound. Miss Maggie is alone in the cold, white archives. She sits at a console, but her focus is on her wrist. She uses a stylus to trace a familiar, beautiful pattern onto the dust covering her desk, the muralith butterfly spiral glyph. She closes her eyes, focusing all her emotional and intellectual understanding on the single point. Her goal is not data theft, but sending a declaration of reality. She opens her wrist console, bypassing the hand's security with a single, complex sequence based on the child's glitch from
unauthorized encryption. Source, human. Target, truth. Matrix.
A powerful, visible pulse of vibrant magenta light flares briefly from her console. This is the emotion, human truth frequency. System voice, faint, robotic.
Corruption error. Non-critical incident.
The hand's internal systems flag it immediately, but the pulse is already gone. A flash of pure, defiant feeling escaping into the storm. Miss Maggie watches the magenta light fade from her wrist. A new, powerful, self-aware feeling settles over her. Miss Maggie, whispering, firm, embracing the name, Matrix. Scene 3, Corporate J's Facade. Harmony House Archives, moments later. Tense, Isolated footfalls echo. Corporate J enters the archive, a scanner humming low in his hand. He is tracing the corruption error that just spiked. He is calm, focused, and professional. He finds no physical evidence, but his scanner detects residual magenta light baked into the high-res security camera footage. The magenta is impossible to scrub. It holds the shape of the butterfly spiral. Jay pulls the footage onto a data shard. His brow furrows only slightly, a flicker of pure curiosity under the corporate veneer. Jay, to himself, cold, maintaining the corporate facade, anomalous code signature. Must be isolated for review. He transfers the data, performing an act of subtle sabotage that protects the data from the hand's immediate cleanup protocols. Sound. The wail of hand enforcement sirens rises rapidly outside. Jay quickly closes the console and steps into the corridor, the faint violet fog, his subtle signature, trailing behind him as he vanishes just seconds before the enforcement team arrives, his position safely intact. Act 2. The first fire and the alignment. Scene 4. The Velvet Nocturne. Night. Low jazz saxophone and vinyl record glitches provide the backdrop. The club is atmospheric, full of patrons enjoying the freedom of the signal. But tonight, the atmosphere is unstable. Reality loops and patrons briefly glitch in response to the massive static storm raging outside. Speakeasy leans against the bar, watching the reflection of the muralith shimmer briefly in his neon-lit glass. The red Scarab stands nearby, showing Speakeasy the data shard he received.
The hand is suppressing the memory leaks. We need intel, now.
Speakeasy. Smooth, unhurried, emphasizing the external pressure.
The dream is pushing back, legend. But the threads themselves are pulling toward a shared conclusion. The memory core is signaling a convergence.
He slides a scrap map with one building circled, to Scarab. Speakeasy.
The patterns say all 5 points. Tower 88. Go make a Gale.
Sizzling static and intense rain fill the alley. The 4 field members are in position beneath a massive, glitching billboard displaying the hand's red glyph. This is their synchronized test, a convergence of independent objectives. CinderVox, small, cloaked, kneels in the rain, tuning her EmberTech device. She throws a tiny orb skyward. It erupts in a blinding, vibrant green flare, the flame, focus frequency. The light is blinding, overwhelming the area and distracting the patrolling drones, an independent act of chaos. Ghost Arrow, silent, still, draws his bow. He fires an arrow wrapped in black electric current, the shadow anchor. It strikes a wall, and instead of exploding, the black current expands, absorbing all light in a wide area, creating a pocket of absolute, profound darkness for a limited time. Threadbinder's cyan threads, responding to the environmental stability, briefly stabilize the edges of the dark zone. The red Scarab, having tracked the opportunity created by the others, drops from the roof above. His whip, crackling with his red frequency, slices through the rain and the new pocket of darkness, taking out the central power conduit that runs the billboard. The billboard explodes in sparks. The 4 currents visibly resonate for a moment before they scatter, a temporary, perfect alignment.
The strike is complete.
Even in Nelton Ectitor, the storm takes a pause. Stay sharp, we'll be back after this signal break.
Now, that's what I call Signal. For the very first time, 6 of the Signal's hottest frequencies, all together in one power-packed collection. Get ready to sync up with the year's most resonant transmissions. Feel the spectrum unfold with Justin Shane Kaleidoscope Dreams. Turn it all the way up with Matrix. Sit TF down.
Sit the fuck down. Don't test me now. I've been too loud to fade to the crowd. Every scar I own is my golden crown. So hush your mouth and just sit down.
Witness the twin horizons with a velvet eclipse, 2 suns. Sink into the night with a velvet eclipse, moonless tide. And if you're sharp enough, you just might uncover the hidden music video. Drift into the bittersweet static with a Signal Drift Bittersweet. And don't miss the haunting anthem Light at the End of Me, performed by a new voice rising from the Signal. There's never been a broadcast collection like this until now. Now that's what I call Signal. Only in the alignment, only from the Vanna Roost. Subscribe to the frequency. Feed the signal.
They'll never see, but it keeps on guiding me. I'm not saved, I'm still in between. But there's light at the end of me.
Unleash your taste buds on the Neon Chomp Chicken Wrap. This isn't just food, it's a fracture event. 4 Ectitors collide in a flavor explosion. 4 steaks of cheddar, golden chicken wrap, tortilla aflame.
Remember the name, ranch drip heavy, lettuce laid tight.
Flavor
Neon
is
Chomp
the ritual.
We own the
Neon
night.
Chomp, we want that smoke. We're taking the crown.
Neon Chomp for life, we shut it down. From wedges to wraps, the flavor attack. You come hungry, you ain't going back.
The rain hasn't stopped. Welcome back. The signal burns on.
City skyline, Tower 88 night. A building synth crescendo and rising wind create a dramatic atmosphere. The Scarab, Threadbinder, CinderVox, and Ghost Arrow converge on the roofs surrounding the colossal Tower 88, each following their own path and their own objective. Each emits their frequency into the sky. The red-cut, Scarab, rises, decisive and sharp. The cyan memory, Threadbinder, rises, stabilizing the digital space. The green flame, CinderVox, rises, providing direction and distraction. The black shadow, Ghost Arrow, rises, providing an invisible, anchoring foundation. The 4 currents spiral toward the tower. Then, miles away, the final, distinct pulse arrives. The magenta pulse, Matrix, from Harmony House streaks across the dark sky, arriving last, completing the sequence, a total, unplanned surprise. The 5 threads, red, cyan, green, black, and magenta, spiral together into an impossible, unified helix of pure power. Scarab, voice strained, surprised.
That 5th signal. Who sent that?
Threadbinder, eyes wide, watching the sky.
It's not weaving, it's revealing. 5 currents, 1 song.
At the nexus point, where the 5 threads meet, the Muralith's pure white light erupts. The light expands rapidly, a shockwave that momentarily clears the oppressive red static from the entire cityscape. For a second, the city sees the stars. The black electric current wraps around the spiraling colors, locking the Signal Gale into its unified form. Harmony House classroom, dawn. A faint, reverent silence and the sound of children murmuring fill the room. The sun is rising. The static storm is gone. Miss Maggie is back in her classroom. She watches her students wake. They stir slowly, looking at their hands, as if recalling a vivid dream. The Muralith butterfly mark glows faintly on her desk. Maggie, Matrix, a decisive breath. She claims her power, Matrix. Jay's secret lair, dawn. Jay is reviewing the data shard. It has updated itself. The text is now magenta and cyan. Jay, reading the data.
Gale Manifest. 5 signals aligned.
He closes the successful data feed and quickly accesses the hand's system logs, deleting the breadcrumb trail of the anomaly. He secures his position. He looks up, deeply unsettled. The reflection in his monitor shows a subtle black shadow flicker pass across the wall behind him. The Gale is watching, and it knows he is compromised. Closing transmission. In the wake of static, 5 colors rose. Red for the cut, cyan for the memory, green for the flame, magenta for the human truth, and black for the space between them all. When white wings opened, the city heard its own heartbeat again. They called it the Gale.
Tonight's broadcast of Red Neon Justice is fueled by the finest static-tested sponsors across the Scarabverse. First, raise a glass of Unicorn Piss, the only neon energy drink guaranteed to glow brighter than the hand's billboard. Cleanse the air with Aphelion incense. Drift your mind beyond the static, one ember at a time. Hungry? Dig into a bowl of Blue Mac, the blue macaroni and cheese that melts your mind and binds your glyphs. Need a playset for the rebels in training? Young Rockstar's Bedroom Breakdown delivers the noise, the toys, and the neon-lit chaos right to your living room. And when you need your project cut sharper than a neon whip, trust TapeDeckTV. Editing and graphics starting at just $88. Serious projects only. Always Signal approved. These are the brands keeping the justice red, the signal burning, and the story alive.
Welcome to the Signal Arcade, a growing hub where our passion projects come alive. Board the Signal Gale, our Captain's Tales game, and sail myth tech seas with the crew. Step into Red Neon Justice, Nullspawn.exe, a neon noir descent into static. Or clear your head with smaller Flash-style games, quick bursts of play like Static Destroyer, built to shred mental noise. The arcade is expanding, with dreams set on Steam and console game stores. Every score, every session, every feed into the Signal brings us closer. Signal Arcade, feed it, fund it, live it.
Introducing the Young Rockstar's Bedroom Breakdown playset, the only toy that lets you live out your wildest rockstar dreams and disasters right from your own room.
Hey there, beautiful frequencies. Meredith here, your Vanna Roost merch representative, checking in between the waves. If you've been vibing with what we're building, the worlds, the stories, the storms of Red Neon Justice, then listen up, because this is how you can help feed and fund the Signal. First, for all our platforms across the spectrum, you can find us everywhere under A Scarab's Journey. That's Bandcamp, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and even Neopets. Yes, we're keeping the nostalgia alive. Every follow, every like, every comment on those spaces helps amplify our reach and keep the current flowing strong. Now, if you want to dive a little deeper into the support side, on Patreon, you'll find us as Scarab TV. That's where the behind-the-scenes magic happens. Early drops, extended cuts, and deeper lore transmissions. And for those who want to fuel the creation directly, you can send tips to TapeDeckTV on CashApp. Every bit you contribute goes right into production. Art, animation, sound design, and all the long nights in the editing bay. It's what helps turn imagination into signal and signal into story. From the whole roost, thank you for every bit of love, every word of encouragement, every moment you spend tuning in. We see you, we hear you, and we're building this with you. We hope you're enjoying Red Neon Justice, watching it grow, evolve, and bloom into something real, alive, and ours. So keep the frequency bright, stay linked across the networks, and remember, every time you share, comment, or connect, you're feeding the Signal.
Thank you, Meredith. As always, the current sounds brighter when you're on the line. To everyone out there tuning in, keep those frequencies alive, keep sharing the hum, and we'll keep building the Signal right here.
Here comes a gurgler, burger supreme. Stacked so high it's a midnight dream. Lil Burp burger bite-sized heat. Snacking assassins, you can't compete.
Neon Chomp is rising.
We want that smoke, we're taking the crown. Neon Chomp for life, we shut it down. 2 chili dog combo, doubled up flame. Pizza pastry, pulling weight in the game.